Vaas Montenegro, the pirate king of Rock Island, the guy who gave us one of the most iconic lines in gaming history.
Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?
You already know the guy's unhinged, but what if I told you Vaas wasn't just some crazy villain? What if behind that madness, he was really and actually a victim? A guy torn apart by betrayal, manipulation, and toxic relationship with his own sister. In this video, we'll be diving deep into what really broke Vaas and his past with the Rocket and his twisted bond with his sister, and whether he was truly the monster or if the island turned him into one. Let's break this down. Let's rewind and talk about where Vaas actually came from, because the guy didn't just start off as a lunatic with the machete. Before all the chaos, Vaas was part of the Rocket tribe. Yep, the same tribe his sister Citra was raising to lead. He was a warrior, a strong, respected one, pretty much built to be the tribe's future champion. Some say he was supposed to stand beside Citra as her right hand, but something shifted. Vaas started questioning the Rocket ways of life. The rituals, pressure, blind loyalty, didn't buy into it anymore. And just when he was at the most vulnerable, Hoyt showed up. A slaver, a drug lord, the guy who knew exactly how to get into Vaas's head. Hoyt offered him a way out, money, and what sounded like freedom.
Don't even care, do you? This is our history, our birthright.
Citra, who wrote that legend, huh? Is she a prophet? No, I'm serious. Is she a goddess? Do you have a telephone number I can call her and ask her about the fine print? Citra, come on. Hey, look at me. Hey, you're waiting for what? Huh? For the next generation to come and save you? Well, we're right fucking you. And we have more than hey, we have more than legends and knives. We have each other. Forget everything they tell you, everything they teach you. What do you believe?
I believe in strength, duty, purpose, not settling for weak men.
So, what Vaas did he do? He took it. But here's the catch. It wasn't freedom. It was just another kind of control. Hoyt didn't save him. He used him. He broke him. And that was the beginning of the end for Vaas. You know, he met from one tribal leader who was trying to actually turn him into a warrior for a tribe and tradition that Vaas didn't actually believe in, to a scum of the earth who just turned him into a weapon and offered him power, money, slaves, and all that jazz. And Vaas just wanted a way out. He wanted just another way. By the time Jason Brody lands on the island, Vaas is already deep into madness. But his insanity isn't random. Vaas shows signs of deep psychological trauma, like PTSD, amplified by years of violence and drug use. Listen closely to his rants. He flips from charming to terrifying in seconds. That's not just good writing, that's the textbook dissociation. And then there's the line, did I ever tell you what the definition of insanity is? That speech became a meme, but it's really a confession. Vaas is describing himself. He's stuck on a cycle of violence, kidnapping, killing, and torturing, doing it over and over and expecting different results. And every time Jason escapes, every time his plans fall apart, Vaas spiral deeper and deeper into madness. And I guess that's what we see in the game when we actually fight with Vaas in this dreamlike landscape, because we see how Vaas, like that's like his mind, like that's how Vaas's mind has actually warped into this chaos, into this madness that became a part of him. But he's spiraling into madness. That's why every single time he keeps coming up with that line, did I ever tell you the definition of insanity? And here's the chilling part. It's not just frustration. There's a part of Vaas that wants Jason to break the cycle, but he's too far gone to admit it. That's what makes him so compelling. He's not just the jailer, he's the prisoner too. If you really want to understand why Vaas broke, you need to look at his sister Citra. On the surface, she is a noble rebel leader trying to free her people, but beneath all that, there's a darker truth. Citra didn't just want to lead the Rocket, she wanted to control them. And Vaas was supposed to be her weapon, In subtle dialogue, the lore hints it suggested that Citra pushed Vaas towards violence, demanding total loyalty while offering none in return. Look at this. When they wanted Jason to actually join the tribe and belong actually to Citra, she wanted him to sever ties with his past, aka his friends. That's why she actually grants you to make the choice in the end so you can sever ties with everything. And if you choose the bad ending, Jason just loses a very bad bet if you actually choose the ending. Citra is just manipulative and very controlling and very toxic, bro. That's why he calls Jason her new pet. Vaas knew exactly what his sister was trying to do with Jason. When he rebelled, she didn't help him. She branded him a traitor and cast him out. And that betrayal cut deep. Imagine she cut her own brother out of the tribe because he refused to follow any of her leads. In his eyes, Jason is just another puppet, a replacement for the brother she abandoned. Some fans believe Citra emotional manipulated Vaas, but maybe even psychologically used it. The game never says it outright, but their interactions are cold, tense, and loaded with venom. Vaas craves her approval and hates her for making him what he became. So let's get real. Is Vaas a villain or a victim? No question, he kidnapped, tortured, killed. He was chaos wrapped in a red bandana. But when you really look at what happened to him, you start to see the cracks. This guy who was supposed to lead, to protect, to fight for something bigger than himself, instead, he got betrayed by his sister, manipulated by a slaver, and abandoned by the very people he once fought for. He didn't just lose his way. He lost himself. Vaas wasn't born a monster. He was built piece by piece by the world that chews up broken people and spits out killers. And maybe deep down, that's why he's obsessed over Jason. Because a part of him wanted to be saved. A part of him wanted out. But he was already too far gone, man. But now I want to hear from you. Is Vaas just an insane villain? Or do you think he was a victim of Citra and Hoyt and the island madness? If you enjoyed this deep dive, if you enjoy more videos like this on this deep dive, hit that like, mash that subscribe button. Because next up, we're unpacking Citra's true motives. That's gonna be like my next video. I'm gonna keep dropping every Far Cry 3 lore that I think of in my head, because that's what I'm gonna do, because I just want to do that. Far Cry 3 is one of my favorite games, man. And ever since I played Far Cry 3, I've actually played most of them, just not Far Cry 2 and 1. I played 2, didn't like it, but I didn't play the first one. But Far Cry 3, I loved, and from Far Cry 3 upwards, I played most of them. So Far Cry 3 is mostly my favorite game, man. Or you can watch my previous video that I did about Dennis and Jason's relationship. And yeah, man, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.
I will see you when I see you.
Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?